You ever feel like you're doing everything right, saving, investing, buying stocks, but somehow it's just not adding up? You got a few wins here, a few losses there, but it still feels unstable, like you're building wealth on sand. Here's the truth nobody told me early on. Before you chase the returns, you got to build your base. And most people, that base should start inside a Roth IRA. If you're 50 or under, you ought to have a Roth IRA. Even if you're 50, if you're secure and building for your legacy, you ought to have a Roth IRA. I remember another old guy that I met at the same coffee shop on the same corner table. He stirred his coffee and said, "I made good money. Bought hot stocks in the 90s, techs in the 2000s, crypto later on, but I never built a foundation." He paused. "I made money, but I didn't keep it." When he retired, he realized something painful. He had accounts everywhere, but taxes were eating him alive. "If I had just started with a Roth," he said, "I'd have a tax-free base today instead of a pile of headaches." And that hit me pretty hard. Because most of us do the same thing. We get excited about building the roof before we pour the concrete. Your Roth IRA is that concrete. It's where your base 15 lives and grows. Every dollar you invest where compounds without the IRS taking a bite every year. When you pull it out later in life, it's yours. It's tax-free. Compare that to your regular brokerage account. Every dividend, every sale, every capital gain takes taxes. You're leaking growth without realizing it. So before you start branching out, before you open that trading app or chase that next big play, max out your Roth. I have Robinhood. I can do that in Robinhood. If you already have a Roth, do it wherever you already have it. Whatever investing app probably can let you do the Roth. If you have Roth in through your bank or anything else, wherever you have it, max that baby out first. That's your base layer of financial peace. Think of it this way. If you invest $500 a month inside the Roth for 30 years, at 8% growth, you'll have around $700,000 of tax-free money. Do the same in a taxable account, and you'll likely lose $100,000 to $150,000 to taxes over your lifetime. That's money that could have stayed in your family or funded your dreams. Wow. That man looked at me and said, "I chased excitement. I should have chased stability." He said, "I thoughtfully built fast. Meant building strong, and it doesn't." Then he smiled and said, "Start with the base, because when storms hits, that's what keeps the house standing." And you could tell he meant it. He had lived through those storms. The market crashes, the tax surprises, the sleepless nights. So here's your move. If you've been dabbling in stocks, that's great. Keep learning. But make your first goal to fill that Roth IRA with your base 15. Put your base 15 inside of it. Build your foundation before the walls begin to deteriorate. Because once your base is strong, you can take bigger steps without fear. And one day you'll look back and thank your younger self for choosing stability over flash. You'll realize the boring thing you did today becomes the freedom you live from tomorrow. So before you build anything else, build your base and put it in a Roth IRA. Not an advisor, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax accountant, I'm none of that stuff. I'm just a man on a journey like you, trying to keep as many of those pennies that I'm putting in my investments. No one ever told me this. Never cared to watch the videos about it, so hopefully someone cares to watch the video about it so they can learn. Remember, we don't have money problems. We got priority problems. Because we could be putting a lot of money in the wrong place. Not just buying, not just spending, but investing. We can invest in the wrong places. Put your base into your Roth IRA and watch it grow tax-free forever. See you next time.